Welcome back to another episode. If you're locked in, you're learning with Vel. Yeah? Today I thought I'd do something different. One of my friends is here, he's off camera. I call him my son, but he's not my son. It'd be an honor for him to be my son, okay? But what I wanted to do was actually kind of show you guys the significant difference between different cultures and different countries. And I think that could be quite interesting for you to actually talk, because a lot of the time you talk a lot of nonsense, but now you've actually got some substance, yeah? So we're going to welcome my son, Dari, onto the show. Come, Dari. You can take a seat. Sit on here. Yeah, you know what? You can even get that one, you know?
Is it bigger?
Yeah. That one's bigger. And you can just plug it in. Yeah, perfect.
It's done.
It's done.
Done now.
So, Dari, where you from, bro?
I'm from Kuwait.
You're from Kuwait?
Yeah.
Where is that in the world? For those who've never heard of Kuwait.
That's in the Gulf region.
Probably come talk a bit closer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Told you that's in the Gulf region.
Okay,
You know, beside Qatar, Bahrain, UAE.
Yeah.
They're all in Kuwait. They're all in the Gulf.
Yeah, okay, bro. And how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, and what? You're here in Dubai. Why are you here? How comes you're here?
To be honest, I studied aviation
Yeah.
and now I'm a pilot.
Okay, sick. So for those who don't understand, like, what is an aviator? How do you become a pilot, bro? Like, most people from where we're from in the Western world,
They don't.
pilots are like old men.
Yeah, okay,
You
I'll
know?
tell you. First of all, pilot is not a degree. If you want to become
Okay.
a pilot, you don't need to get a degree.
Yeah.
It's a license.
Okay.
Just how you want to drive your car, you need to get a license, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's not bachelor's or diploma.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a license
Mhm.
where you need to pay any, flying academy and stuff.
Yeah.
They can provide you the license.
Yeah.
Then you get into, being in a specific aircraft.
Yeah. Okay, so we spoke off camera about you getting a license before and attending flight school.
Yeah, flight school, exactly.
So obviously I don't really know any pilots in UK. There's obviously British pilots, so I'm not going to say that there's not, but tell us more about what's the costs that you've had to do to get to where you had to get to, and also like what we spoke about off air is you kind of mentioned that your country looks after their own people. Like,
Exactly.
for example, in the Gulf, you get free healthcare.
Yeah, of course, we get free healthcare. Anyone who gets married, he get a house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the Gulf it's like this. Most of the Gulf, not like Kuwait, Qatar, and UAE.
If they get married, they get a house.
Yeah,
What? How?
they get land, and you
Mhm.
can build it from government money and stuff.
From government money.
Yeah. they can loan you like a huge amount of money.
Okay.
You can pay it like in 50
Down payment.
Yeah,
over
40,
years.
50 years over the years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the land is for free, so you don't pay for the land. You just pay for the money where you can build
Yeah.
on the land.
So is it a lot of land that they give you,
Yeah,
or?
it's 400 square meter. Let's say.
Okay, so
that's the
it's-
average. Yeah.
Okay, wow. And another thing as well. So we spoke about this before, not necessarily today, but or even kind of today we touched on it, where you mentioned that people who are outside of the country, they get paid, right? Not
Yeah.
everyone, but probably people that are in education. How does that work?
Yeah. So depends. Like if you're in high school, you got good grades.
Yeah.
They send you outside to study in the UK, in the States,
Yeah.
or whatever, and you get paid. They pay you for your studies. They pay for your studies. They pay you a monthly payment around, let's say, 12,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
Monthly.
Okay, so that's like what, 4, 8, 12. That's like £3,000. So they'll pay you that just to live abroad.
Yeah, exactly. Just to live abroad, and they cover all your expenses at the school.
Cool. So where there's a big difference is because I live abroad. I've lived abroad. I've studied abroad, and my country, my government ain't paid me jack shit. They don't pay me nothing. So when I'm sitting here talking to you, you're my friend. I've known you for quite a while. So for me, it's nothing, right? But for my viewers back home, it's something, because you're Arab. They're like, who the fuck is this guy? Do you get it?
Yeah, you get it, yeah.
The misconception for us back home is that every Arab must have oil money. That's what we think.
It's not true. We have let's say we have above average money.
Yeah.
So our average people, they're worldwide, they're
Yeah.
actually above average.
Yeah.
But in our country, we're just
Normal people.
we're average people.
So when you say that, I mean, obviously different cultures kind of results in different upbringings, meaning like, do you know Abad?
Abad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Fajera.
Yeah.
So like a bud, for example, he's got, most of you have farmhouses, right?
Yeah.
Farmhouses. He's got horses on his farm.
We do.
We don't have that. Like, so for someone to have a farm where I'm from, they just wouldn't. It's not possible. It's like there's no space to have a farm. Do you get it? So most times it's people that live quite far out in the countrysides who've got money to have a farm and have horses. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So just small things, but like what you look call a farmhouse is just it's like your little man's cave. It's a place where men can come to smoke.
Exactly. We have like in the desert we have tents.
Yeah.
We have farms. We can our camels, horses, whatever.
Yeah.
We take care of them over there.
So
that's
a question that I wanted to bring towards you, bro, is growing up. What would you say is like the hardest thing that you've ever faced?
Growing up, in what way? In
like,
Kuwait.
Yeah, like financially wise, I want to kind of stay around finances. So, like for example, I'm not, your parents may have not been the richest. Where was you born?
I was born and raised in Canada.
Okay, so that's why you talk like that.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Cool. So you're born and raised in Canada. You moved over to where? From where?
Kuwait, 2006.
Okay, cool. And then you came here when?
Then I came here 2018, I think.
Okay, cool. So, what would you say has been the hardest part of you living in Canada, Kuwait, or Dubai?
See, the hardest thing for me personally in Canada, I don't even remember. I was young,
Yeah.
So in Kuwait, maybe my upbringing was, So see, let me tell you.
Like, is it rough in Kuwait?
This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
In Kuwait, there's also like for you guys where you call the hood or the ghetto, where we also have this kind of upbringings in Kuwait where the rich people, the poor people, and stuff. But worldwide, we're average. Like the poor Kuwaiti is an average human in any other world. This is what I'm saying. So for in my community, I was like, from the lowest area and upbringings. And then, let's say when I became a pilot and stuff, financially everything have been just better and better. So.
Okay, so when you say things have got better, right? I want you to give me an example. Yeah. They say that the Kuwaiti dinar is expensive.
Yeah, it's the most highest.
So give me an example of like the average price of, I don't know, a water bottle, or do you get it? Like when you say it's expensive, yeah. What does that convert to in another currency? Why is the Kuwaiti dinar so expensive?
Let me tell you, like for example,
Yeah.
It's
that should surely mean that everyone.
No, it's expensive.
Makes a lot more money.
Yeah, but it's expensive. But for us, it's if I tell anyone like let's say my Range Rover, if I put a full gas tank in Kuwait, it's like 5 Kuwaiti dinar, which is around 50 dirhams, 60 dirhams. Over here, I put on 250 dirhams.
Oh, so it costs more here.
Of course.
Why?
I'm not sure why, but I think because it's something with the reserve and like the amount of gold and money the Kuwaiti has in the reserve. That's why it makes the dinar highest, and our oil is so cheap still. So
it sounds like your oil's cheaper than here.
Yeah, it is.
But why oil's cheap here?
I'm not sure why. I'm not into these conversations and deeply.
Oil is cheap here, because for me back home, to fill up your Range Rover outside, that cost you maybe like £350, £400, maybe £350. That's like over 1,000 dirhams.
Wow.
To get it, which may only last a week, depending on how much you're driving to get it. So 1,000 dirhams a week, and here, 200 dirhams max probably can fill up the tank. But you're saying 5. So what's the average like salary for someone in Kuwait?
The average salary
in dinar.
In dinar, the average human, the one, let's say for example, what does he do? Like a PE teacher.
Yeah.
Let's say a PE trainer teacher in one of the middle school or high school.
Yeah.
He gets around like 17,000 dirhams.
No, but what's it in dinar?
Dinar, it's 1,200.
Oh, okay.
Dinar. So
1 dinar is expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's say 100 dirhams is like 8 dinars.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, the reason why I thought it'd be because we just been sitting there, right? But the reason why I thought it'd be best to get you on one of these, yeah. So what I'm doing, is every day for 350 days, bro, recording a video, and some of these videos some of them have already been while I'm out and about doing stuff. One might be on a helicopter, one might be when I go on holiday. Like I'm gonna do a video every single day, right? And why I'm doing it is because a lot of the time, like your friend, for example, people buy into people who are trading, but really they've got no idea how to trade.
Exactly.
Yeah?
The same as me before.
Yeah, they buy into a dream and they don't know the person. So by doing these videos, it helps people understand a bit more about the person, and it also helps them understand more about the risks. Okay, we just been speaking off air about this thing here on the screen here.
Bitcoin.
You can say it, bro.
Yeah,
You
it's
can say
Bitcoin
it.
Kuwait.
Okay, so your friends in Kuwait seem to think that Bitcoin Kuwait is a legitimate thing, right?
Yeah.
People are purchasing this.
I mean, that's the reason why I came to you and asked you. Tell me, is it legit or not?
Yeah.
So
Now,
you did your research.
I went on CoinMarketCap and it says straight away, rug check has identified several risk factors with this asset. Please exercise caution and do your own research. This is a blatant rug, okay? It's a blatant rug pull. But what's happening now is he's showing me on TikTok, he's like, this guy, he's blowing up, he's Kuwaiti Bitcoin guy. He looks like he's the guy, right? He's in London with a couple cars and he's saying, I'm the guy, blah, blah, blah. But it's very clear that, again, a lot of people buy into people based off of their perception, not based off of the reality that they live, not based off of the conversations that they live. I can have people come on these shows, right, and they can question me to the point where you would really understand I know a lot about what I'm talking about. But if all you ever see is a 30-second video on Instagram with edits and cool effects, it's not enough for you to make a decision based off of if this person knows what he's talking about. You say you're a pilot, right? Now I've got you on a show here and I'm questioning you about your job. People would really be able to know if
I'm a pilot or not, of course. Yeah.
But if you just put on the hat and put on the suit and you keep taking little pictures and videos on your little TikTok,
true,
people ain't gonna know shit.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So that's why I'm asking you questions. I don't want to be personal into your life, but I think right now is the most important time to actually take information. Cool, you're a bit younger than me, but 10 years ago, bro, 15 years ago, these things here, they weren't really popular. You couldn't open the phone, see my face, and see your face at the same time and talk. You couldn't do that.
Exactly.
Now you can do these things, right? Now you've got TikTok, you've got social media platforms that are making coins, tokens popular. They're making them not only popular, they're making people millionaires, right? Today there's a token we've been speaking about, the Donald Trump token.
The Donald Trump one.
Trump has announced his own token. He put it on his Twitter account. Of course, by him putting it on his Twitter account, everyone started to buy this token. Dari's coming to my house like, bro, I want to buy the token. I'm saying, bro, the price is really high right now. I would hate for you to get in at a price that's too high.
Exactly.
But when you've got something like misinformation with someone who's got maybe a good job or let's say a good network of people, he can 9 times out of 10 ruin his business or ruin his business relationships with people because he jumps into something like Bitcoin Kuwait based off of what a guy looks like. So really, it's important to take information in, not just by off of the basis of what their social platforms look like. Taking information in by actually trying to speak to the person, seeing if there's more information on the person. Now, I didn't really want to go too much into crypto. Really, what I wanted to do was compare UK to England, right? Have you tried English food?
No, I think, once he took me to this Wingstop. Is it English even?
No, Wingstop's American. That's Rick Ross's.
Really? Is it?
Yeah, no. You won't even find English food out here. Fish and chips. You have fish and chips?
No, I never had.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, what's better, the English girls or the Kuwaiti girls?
No, let's not talk about a girl, man.
No, I'm joking. What you? Don't worry. No, but jokes aside, okay, why I think it's really important to share this type of information with you guys is because on one side of the world, we're living a certain way. We're saying, hey, we don't have much opportunities. On the other side of the world, these guys they've got opportunities coming out of their arse. What's the tax like in Kuwait?
We don't have tax.
You don't have tax. Can you hear this? They don't have tax. But then you've got people like us slaving away like slaves, right? When we go down to the Dubai Mall, one thing that really, really, really shocked me one day was the fact that I went into the mall just when I first moved there, yeah? I called my friend, I was like, bro, how much do I pay for the park? And he's like, it's free. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean it's free?
Explain to them what does what do you mean?
Yeah, so basically, in Dari's accent,
every time
I'll say something which he doesn't agree with, he'll be like, man, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? So it's a quite famous saying now. Man, what do you mean? And my friend told me, yeah, the parking was free, and I was like, what do you mean? And it really, like, the penny dropped there and then, bro. And I thought to myself, wow, UK don't care about their economy, and more importantly, should I say, the UAE care more about making people inside the economy spend money on what's important to spend on, because it's a knock-on effect. If the mall is free for me to park in there, yeah. By the way, in the UK, you've got like Whitgift or Selfridges, Harrods. You know Harrods, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You might pay like, let's say, 50 dirhams, between 25 to 50 dirhams an hour to park, right? But if you're paying that an hour to park, you're gonna have the intentions of getting in there and getting out, right? You're not gonna be chilling.
You know, being
Do you get it?
Yeah.
But here on a Friday night, you go to the malls is packed, right? The mall's packed because it's free. If I'm now longer not being charged to leave my car inside the car park, I can be in here all day. I can go to eat, I can go to the cinema, and I can go to shop. But what does that do? That spreads more money in the economy. Because people aren't being felt like they're rushing around because they're spending money on what they don't want to spend their money on. People want to spend their money on what they want to spend their money on. They don't want to spend their money on things like tax, parking, fines. They don't want to do that. So I do respect how the UAE is built. I'm not sure about Kuwait or the Gulf. I haven't been
It's the same thing in Kuwait. There's no money for parking unless in a valet or something that's kind of different. Yeah. But in all the malls, the shops, everywhere, you don't pay money for it to park. So that's.
But there you go. So what I'm gonna tell you guys is this: if you're watching this video and you're from UK, ladies, get yourself a Kuwaiti or
Gulf guy.
Yeah, a Gulf guy. Okay. Mr. Top Gun guy, get yourself a Gulf guy, right? And I say this, you know, loosely as a joke, because they're probably jokers, right? They're good men. But what I'm meaning really and truly is it's very interesting to just see how two different sides of the world live. You've got the Western world on my side, and then you've got the Middle Eastern side, right? I don't know if you would call it that. The Gulf is the Gulf Middle East?
Yeah, it's part of the Gulf is part of the Middle East.
Okay,
so
cool.
You can say it.
So it's really interesting to see how two sides live. This just might be an advice for someone who's thinking about relocating to another country, whether it's to the Gulf, whether it's to the UAE. Give us free benefits for living in the Gulf.
The Gulf?
Yeah.
I mean, the most important thing is safety.
Yeah.
Now, the UK, from what I hear, my friend's been there. If you go there as a Kuwaiti guy and you wear a nice watch.
Yeah. You go there as any guy.
Any guy, exactly.
Any guy.
So, in my perspective, I see it as a failed society, to be honest, with all respect.
Yeah.
The UK is now becoming like anyone who goes, he either gets robbed, stabbed, or whatever.
Or worse.
So, yeah. So, even the States, not that safe. So, first of all, safety. This is you bring your family, your kids. Second of all, education. From what I see over there, they're educating kids on stuff that we don't agree on. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. So,
yeah.
So this is that's the most important thing: education. And safety. And healthcare as well.
Yeah. So what about like for women? Let's say there's some women that are watching this that want to relocate. Like you know, in Saudi, women don't really have the rights.
Yeah, but that's like way longer talking about. You're talking about 10 years ago in Saudi. Like Saudis now is different. Saudis now you can compare it to Dubai, except with the drinking and stuff. You cannot drink over there. Yeah. But now Saudis is crazy. Everyone you see, all the football players or the boxers or the UFC fights, all happening over there. Yeah. It's in a huge change in mentally and economy wise and everyone. Even the people over there, their mindset have been changing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And where would you say is your best? Where's the best place you've been in Europe?
In Europe?
Yeah.
To be honest, in Europe. I don't know.
Speaking of the western side of the world, isn't it? Where would you say
the
that
western side? Yeah. In Europe, they all look the same for me.
They look the same.
Oh, I swear to God, they all feel the same. They look the same. But for me, let's say Netherlands. I like the Netherlands.
Netherlands, yeah.
It's nice.
And where's the worst place?
The worst place
that you've been?
Worst place I've been. I cannot call it the worst, but the place where I felt bored a lot when I went there. It's probably Russia. It's not fully in the Europe, but You know, I can say Russia. I was just wasn't my thing. You know, it was super cold and you cannot do anything. Maybe I didn't know anything to do over there.
Yeah.
Or anyone.
Cool. Alright, cool. Look, Dari, thank you for
Thank you,
participating in today's episode, bro. What is the thing that we're gonna end the show on?
Whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
Yeah,
Tell them, man.
You want to send them a message
Send them a message.
to the people in the UK
In Arabic.
in Arabic.
Yeah.
No, I prefer English because your audience mostly are English, so I'll talk to them in English.
Cool. So how do I end my shows? What would I say?
It's money day, guys.
Yeah. Alright, that's it. Cool. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys like, subscribe, you know the vibes. It's lit side. Always remember that every day is
Money day.